Capricorn, and welcome to Positive Light Tarot. My name is Tracy, and I am so happy that you're here with me today. This is your weekly reading for October 6th to the 12th. So before we get started, I just want to share with you how I work with Spirit. So I shuffle all the cards naturally and watch them fall out. This is the Spirit's way of guiding the messages that are meant for you. Now, not every detail will connect with everyone, so trust what feels right for you and leave the rest. Now, if you are enjoying these readings, I'd love if you'd like, share, subscribe, or even leave a comment. I appreciate it. It helps me to connect with your energy, and it also helps to keep the messages flowing. Now, we are also entering a very powerful time. It's the super full moon in Aries on October 6th or 7th, depending on where you are located in the world. Now, I'm posting this reading on October 3rd, so it's just ahead of that full moon so that you can align your spirit's guidance as this energy starts to build, because it's going to build even stronger and stronger before and after. All right, so let's see what Spirit has in store for you this week. We're going to start with your angel message and number. We will reveal it at the end of the reading for you, Capricorn. So let's see. Spirit Angels guides the beautiful sign Capricorn. The angel message you'd like me to reveal to them at the end of the reading. All right, so there we go. Let's start with your angel message. This is a special angel message because it is something that the angels want you to know before we get into the layering of this reading, before we get into the juice of the reading. So it's something that I believe will be a common element and a reminder throughout the reading that's very important. So what do they have here for you? It says magical gateway. Interesting. So see, it takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown. Yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. So that is a very interesting perspective for you this week, Capricorn. You know, they're already saying that it does take courage and trust to step outside of our comfort zone. But sometimes the greatest rewards aren't always planned. Sometimes they are really kind of taking things to a different level, or again, like I said, stepping outside of your comfort zone. They want you to step boldly here because it looks like there is some sort of magical gateway that's opening up for you. And it could be something that, again, with you being very organized and very planned and you know, you kind of like things to go in a certain way, this magical gateway is going to require you to trust a little bit more. All right, so let's see what happens. We're going to start with your incoming energies. Let's give these a little shuffle. I do pre-shuffle everything, but I feel like Spirit is saying, let's give these a good shuffle. There we go. Now we're going to get your energies, the incoming energies. What is it specifically that you would like Capricorn to concentrate on? Okay, interesting. Okay, so you got number 18, serendipity. And I think it's quite interesting that you got number 6, not for you. The message is very clear here, all right? You're not used to this magical gateway. You're not used to stepping into the unknown. And what the universe is saying is, there's some serendipitous moments coming in for you, things that might take you by surprise. I feel like there's a lot of surprise happening. This is not normally an energy that you are used to, Capricorn, because you like to prepare. You always want to be prepared. But there is some great reward that I think is yet to come in for you. And the angels, your spirit guides, do not want you to miss out on this opportunity. So you need to release the thought processes of that certain things are not for you. Because your fortune cookie, the fortune in which you are maybe about to receive, and it hasn't been unlocked yet, is going to require you to trust this process, which is difficult. It's not something you're used to. But the universe has different plans for you, Capricorn, and this is the week where I think you might start to see certain things change. Maybe things are going to change in such a way, something surprise. I feel like I think there's going to be a surprise this week. And I believe that it's a surprise that you will it's going to open up that magical gateway, and it's going to help you trust, and it's going to help you take that courage to really face the unknown. And I feel like the serendipity that's happening is something that is really bringing a reward your way. But it's a reward that you don't expect. Oh, and TikTok, of course, we've got the TikTok right here. Yeah, things are changing. Number 46, regeneration. There's a birth of something new here. Could be new relationships, new people in your life, new associates, new new people you work with. And what I want to really stress to you, because when we see the not for you, we think, oh, well, maybe, we start to think negatively right now. Oh, not for me. Well, what does that mean? What's not for you is not accepting that sometimes life can have surprises, and sometimes life can take us in or on new paths. New people come into our lives, new connections we make, new strategies or new approaches to doing things. Because not everything has to be planned for in life all the time. Sometimes the little miracles in life are the gateways to something that's even bigger and something that's even better. And that's what I believe is happening here. Number 30 is the TikTok. That to me just shows that divine timing is all part and parcel of what's happening this week. TikTok shows me that the time is now, that this is going to be the week where you are going to start to see blessings. Little. They could start off really small, like almost like you don't even recognize them. And then all of a sudden it gets bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where it's like, wow, I really can see a magical gateway happening here. This is a beautiful energy. Let's get those first two cards with your tarot cards, and then we're going to clarify them. We're going to get 6 cards all together. So we've got, for some of you, it is the power of communication, the power of spirituality, the power of uniting with someone, whether it's friendship, whether it's love. Maybe love hasn't been for you. Maybe you've always felt that love hasn't been for you, but there's some sort of serendipity that's taking place here. Something is magically opening up for you. Something where, it's changing. There's a change happening, because we do see that with the regeneration as well. All right, the timing is now. And again, with the full moon in Aries, this is a super moon. This is a huge impact. We are going to start to see, fated events. We're going to see sort of the change of cycles. Things are, there are shifts that are taking place that are closing certain chapters in our life, and they're elevating our life in a way to open up new experiences. There is partnerships, agreements. They could be contracts as well, depending on your situation or how this reading resonates with you. But the Two of Cups can be a sacred union, a spiritual union. It can be a partnership of love. It can be a love that's intimate. It can be platonic. It can be family. All right. It can be a work-related partnership. We'll find out more, but it looks like this is something that is, there's a new creation coming into being here. Number 14, Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Again, this is a major arcana card. It's showing that there can be balance. All right, there is something balancing here. It's peace and it's harmony. It's trying to figure out what that balance and how that works for you. Let's get your clarifying cards right away and see what's happening here. I almost feel like she's very angelic as well. So I feel like the angels are really guiding you. I feel like this is almost a magical gateway as well to really open up to more peace, contentment, joy, and balance in your life. Let's find out what the Two of Cups though first. Let's see what this Two of Cups is. And we've got number 9, the Hermit, Virgo energy. Looking for deep insights, okay? Sometimes the Hermit needs to almost isolate because they need to really feel like it's like a self-discovery card. I'm just, you could be discovering something about your own contract here on earth. It's taking it more in a spiritual way. For others of you, maybe you need to take some time out and isolate yourself to really find out the path in which you want to walk on with a partnership, whether that's a business partnership or a love partnership. It's something that is, this partnership is something that's very meaningful, because nobody's going to take time out to really think about something if it's not meaningful to them. So this is something that is, I think it goes beyond what you're used to. So this could be a partnership that you can't even compare to anything else in your life. This could be a magical gateway. And what the universe is saying to you that, you know, it's okay to take some time out for yourself. It's okay for you to find that inner light to help guide you on this path, because you're only going to stay in isolation for so long, and then you're going to come back down from that mountain with the wisdom that you need. And with that wisdom, that light inside of you will shine so brightly that you will know exactly the path to go on. You know, 'cause sometimes we aren't sure. You know, we're resistant. The not for you can be the resistance that you build up for certain things too. Let's find out with the Temperance card, because I do believe there's peace and balance here. It's finding, every intuitive reader is going to see certain things differently someone else. And it's also important for you to tap into your own intuition as we're doing this reading as well, because you yourself, you know yourself. Now the Temperance, I always feel like she is like the alchemist, okay? So I almost feel like she's creating a certain formulation that works for her energy. It works for her life. That's why the Temperance card, I feel like, can be different for each person, because my formula that works for me is so different from yours. And the way I create balance in my life is so completely different than the way you will create yours. And I feel like this is coming up to say that there is some sort of new formulation. There's something that maybe wasn't working for you before, but it's something new that's taking you by surprise. And it's something that maybe you need to take a little bit of time to discover it. But when you do, watch out. Like that light's going to be shining so bright. And you got number 6, the Lovers. So it could have to do with partnerships or relationships on some level, for sure, for some of you, especially those of you that are in loving relationships, starting a loving relationship, wanting a loving relationship, been in an existing relationship. There's no doubt that we go through different phases as well in our partnerships, and those don't always have to be love, okay? They can be partnerships where we are working with people as well, like in a job of some sort. The Lovers card is about uniting. It's about, again, the 6 is about somewhat balance as well, and in harmony, choices and decisions. So there may be some choices and decisions. Again, I think there's a new formulation in which you are ready to create for yourself. And it's something different. Maybe it wasn't for you before, but it could very well be for you now. Timing. It's all about timing, right? And the timing is now for you. Let's see what we've got here. The next 2 cards, I think this is more the middle of the week. Let's see what Spirit would like to share. All right, so we've got 2 cards here. We've got the 7 of Wands. So certainly standing up for yourself. You're showing a great inner strength here, a lot of valor. Setting boundaries where necessary, very important. Healthy relationships come from setting boundaries, protecting yourself, protecting those that you love, but certainly standing your ground. And sometimes we're put in positions where we need to stand our ground, and that's okay. You know, it shows our true character, it shows our true strength. And if we're going to be put in a position like that, of course, we're going to defend ourselves, we're going to protect ourselves. So there could be something throughout this week where you feel you do have to defend yourself. The Page of Swords is a message coming through. It could be a message that brings insight, it could bring clarity. It could be you yourself. It's new energy, because pages are youthful, they're young energies. There could be something that's said, maybe sometimes with the Page of Swords, it can be a message that's not really said tactfully, that requires you to stand your ground. Let's find out a little bit. Let's find out why the 7 of Wands is here. Spirit Angels Guides for the beautiful sign Capricorn. You've got the Moon card. I think we'll see the Moon coming up quite a bit in this week's readings, and it's because of that full moon, supermoon energy in Aries. Full moons really do encourage us to leave things behind, let things go, wrap things up, so that we can begin, you know, a new chapter. So the Moon energy here is fears, can be your subconscious. It's the dark side, you know, the darker side, the shadow side, right? Not that that's bad. Sometimes it really can be an indication as to what our subconscious is calling out to us. You know, there's something that needs attention here, and it's something that maybe is a mystery or unknown. There's some clarity that is definitely needed here. And I can see that clarity is required, because if we don't have the clarity, we feel like we will be on the defense. So I really feel like this new moon might be actually bringing you a breakthrough of clarity, so that you can, maybe you need to let your guard, for some of you, you may need to let your guard down a little bit. Maybe you're too on the defense. But I think that it's part of human nature. especially if there's fears and insecurities or unknown factors. We are automatically, as humans, going to kind of put our guard up. Let's find out what this Page of Swords is and what this message is that's coming through. There's a message. It could be of clarity for sure. King of Pentacles. That's a good message. King of Pentacles. I think, you know, I feel like the King of Pentacles is a representation of you for this reading this week. Kings are leaders, and we don't do gender. So the Capricorn really shows leadership. It also shows, see, look at that path there. I feel like it's kind of linked to the path in which you're going on for self-discovery. I feel like you've got your back here to the path. So what the universe is trying to sort of send your way is a message that you need to, you might be finding yourself actually wanting to inquire a little bit more. There's more depth to something this week. Something to discovering an unknown factor. And again, with the serendipity, we know that the serendipitous moments are things that take us by surprise, or the things that happen by chance. We don't expect them. And you know, that moon card is also can be somewhat about that. You know, sometimes it's our illusions as well, the things that we create. And you naturally are going to stand up and protect. Now, with the Page of Swords, there is some sort of message, and I feel like it's your own inquisitiveness. It's like you wanting to seek out something. You are trying to find answers to something, to get clarity for something. And I think it's part of your journey with the Hermit, trying to really find this self-discovery, because again, that light, we need to reignite that light, because that light is going to light up that path. The King of Pentacles is about long-term stability. It's about the things in your life that you want to take to the next level. It's your plans and your ambitions and your goals that you set for yourself. Some of this could, of course, be about your foundation, your stability, you know, building your home, building your family, building structure in your life that brings prosperity. I feel like there is some sort of message of clarity or message that's coming in. And I actually feel like the message brings clarity to something in your life that you've been having to feel like you've been having to defend yourself, because there's been some sort of unknown factor, or there's been a missing piece to the puzzle. Let's keep going. And if I need to, I will do more cards. Absolutely, because we want to find out. So we've got the Queen of Cups. She's very, very loving, loyal, honest. And she's also very intuitive. She's someone, if she's someone in your life, she could be a partner in your life, she could be part of that partnership, whether it's love or whether it's friendship, family, or whether or not it's somebody you work with. Feminine energy, but no gender. I do feel like there is a partnership of some sort coming through here. Cups are our emotions. It's how we deal with our emotions. There's a lot of abundance that the Queen of Cups holds, because she is enriched with this emotional beauty around her as well. And she's very, very in touch with her own feelings, her own emotions, and also how she intuitively interprets them. So I feel like this either is a supportive energy around you, Capricorn, or it could be parts of who you are at this time too, tapping into that intuition, because when we look for deeper inner wisdom with the Hermit card, tapping into our intuition is just going to elevate the experience that much more. It's not something that you're used to, because it's not for you is not necessarily something isn't for you. It's just that it's something that you're not used to. So it's a new element that's coming into play. And I do believe that there is something that's taking you by surprise this week. And this is about emotional abundance. This Queen of Cups, she represents emotional abundance. It's the giving of something in a whole new way. And again, you know, Capricorn, not that you're, you know, you don't wear your heart on your sleeve all the time. I mean, certain circumstances, sure, we all are going to do that, but it's not, you know, you're an earth sign. So you're protective, you stand your ground, you're you know, you are ambitious, you're very much goal oriented. So sometimes what happens is, you know, the emotional side gets a little lost. I feel like it's somewhat playing on you this week. In a very positive way, actually. So, and that comes with the King of Coins again. So this King of Coins, King of Pentacles is the same energy. So this is your energy. There is something linked to you emotionally for your long term. So again, it could be work related. It could be promotions. It could be elevating your work experience. It could be finding balance between relationships and work and how you make all of that work, because that's going to be a unique formula that works for you. It's discovering what those fears and insecurities are, and that might be tapping into your own little self-discovery as well. Really tapping into your spirituality or your faith and what's important to you, whatever that is. Everybody's is different. But there is definitely a loving partnership here that is helping give you guidance as well. There's a magical gateway, and your angels are really encouraging you to step into that. All right, let's get the Queen of Cups. Let's find out who this Queen of Cups is. And you got the Nine of Pentacles. Wow, you are such you are so independent. Your independence shows material growth. I feel like you are, you know what? I hope this comes across right. Now, in the traditional card, Rider-Waite deck, you would see the Nine of Pentacles. She is very much Virgo energy. She's organized, no gender. But she's wearing a robe that has the symbols of Venus, the Venus, planet Venus, which is love, expansion, growth, fertility, the birth of something new. You know, and with the Queen of Cups, she is about love. She's about emotions. She's sharing those emotions. I feel like this is a very emotional experience to you. And even though you are extremely independent, it's like you are reaching some sort of emotional goal. There's something that it's an incredible magical gateway, and I don't know how else to explain it, and it's something that is going to take you by surprise. It's like all of a sudden your heart opens up to this, the warmth of it all opens up to you, and it's like, wow, you've never felt this before. And you know, it could be also a work elevated experience as well, because the Nine of Pentacles is taking you to the extreme where finances are concerned. So again, your stability, you know, your financial stability and growth with the King of Coins twice and the Nine of Pentacles just shows that things financially are really working out nicely for you. In fact, in an incredible way. It could be part of that magical gateway. All right, Capricorn, let's get your clarifying card for the King of Coins. So I do believe this is this King of Coins is a representation of you. Okay, we've got another 9. We've got the 9 of Cups here, which is all about your wish fulfillment. There definitely is a magical gateway that's opening up. I'm going to read this for you one more time, okay? It says, it takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown. And that's exactly what it is. You know, the courage and the trust, the 7 of Wands and the Moon is walking boldly into the unknown. It says, yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. And again, you can see even she is looking towards, like she is looking into the future here, okay? She's walking through this new door. This door is where it's just an incredible 9 of Cups, all your wishes, your wish fulfillment. You are ready for a new path, and I think that you're ready to walk boldly into something new. Could be relationships, could be the balance of relationships and venturing on a new path with your finances, with a new business venture, with a new financial opportunity. But there is definitely surprise as part of the element here. All right, we're going to get one last little angel message here for you. Let's find out what the angels would like to share with you. Special message for Capricorn. We're not taking 3. We just want 1, please. One message. One message. Thank you so much. And it got trust. And we already had that with the magical gateways, that you have to trust. You have to trust this. Trust this process. It says you are looking at a situation from a purely physical perspective, and therefore you cannot see the bigger picture and the blessings interwoven within this event. We, your angels, urge you to trust, for all will work out in the best way possible. Let go of your fear and apprehensions and allow God's healing energy to flow to you. Trust, for all will heal in ways you never thought possible. In miraculous ways. Trust. All right, let's get ready to close out your reading. I really want you to keep 9s. You've got 3 9s in your reading. 9, 9, 9. Things are coming to a completion phase for you. And I think it is all thanks to that super full moon in Aries. Personal power. Wow, this is a huge card. 8, 8, 8, 8. It says material and spiritual abundance. We see it multiple times here in your reading. Resources, wealth, force, balance, confidence, material gain, and an epic romance. So it's a mix of all of that. All that is good and pleasant in your life will multiply. Angels are sending you this number to reassure you of the prosperity and well-being ahead. Your surroundings will treat you with admiration and respect. So make sure you use it for your greatest good, because there's a lot of personal power here this week for you, Capricorn. Incredible reading. I want to thank you so very much for joining me. I certainly hope that this reading resonates with you. And until next week, sending love, light, and positive vibes.